We are getting the facts for America's 250th birthday with our partners at PolitiFact, which was founded in 2007. But what if PolitiFact were around back, say, in 1776? Chief correspondent Lou Jacobson joining us live now today. So Lou, you looked at some of the not so truthful claims, shall we say, made by our presidents throughout history. But can we call these all lies?
So that's a word we use carefully, specifically for cases where somebody knowingly tells a falsehood. In some of the cases we'll be talking about today, a president repeated information from his staff that turned out to be wrong. Sometimes the truth wasn't clear at the time he spoke, or he gave it the most positive spin he could. Sometimes the president didn't say anything per se, but left a wrong impression by not saying anything.
All right, so let's begin this truth-telling journey through the 19th century. What'd you find out about the presidents in that era?
Yeah, so in the 1830s, President Andrew Jackson signed and trumpeted a treaty with a minority group of Cherokees that the tribe's official leadership firmly opposed. This led to the Trail of Tears, in which thousands of Native Americans died while being forced to migrate westward off their historical lands. Then in 1898, the USS Maine exploded in Cuba, killing 261 people. While it's believed today that the explosion was not a case of sabotage, President William McKinley leveraged the incident into the Spanish-American War.
And then let's fast forward into the 20th century. I know you checked out claims made by Presidents Truman, Eisenhower, and Johnson at the time.
Yeah. So in 1945, when President Harry Truman dropped the world's first atomic bomb, he described it to the public as being targeted at a military base. As it turns out, most of the 66,000 deaths and 69,000 injuries turned out to be civilians, not troops. In 1960, President Dwight Eisenhower said a U.S. spy plane that was shot down over Russia had been a weather research plane. Eisenhower had assumed the pilot had died and the plane had been destroyed, and by framing it that way, he could keep this, top secret loss secret. But just days later, the Soviet Union shared its recovery of the pilot with the world, exposing Eisenhower's knowing falsehood. Then in 1964, President Lyndon Johnson used a series of events in the Gulf of Tonkin to get Congress to support a wider Vietnam War. Johnson continued to be less than frank with the public in the coming years. And then finally, there is the Watergate break-in in the early 70s when it was President Richard Nixon. He said that no one in the White House staff was involved in what he called this very bizarre incident, but that certainly proved not to be the case.
250 years of showing why fact-checking still matters. All right, Lou Jacobson, thanks for joining us today.
Great, thank you.